you can imagine a 1920s car, that is about the level of technology that the steam engine is at. These engines, when they go out, they're inspected every morning, and they're inspected when they come back of an evening. Every railway vehicle must get looked at and have a daily exam.
We do major overhauls, which are complete strip downs of the locomotive so that every component comes off it. Well, every 10 years we must stop the engine and remove the boiler. The whole engine comes under scrutiny at that time. We then strip it down into its component parts. The boiler goes to the boiler shop. The mechanical side, we check all the bearings, axle boxes as we call them. All the mechanical items are then completely checked out.
I'm the first port of call to decide what needs to be done as regards to repairs to the wheels. It takes a week or two to dismantle it to be able to get the wheels out. When the decision is made to retire, the old tyre is cut off, and essentially it is cart horse engineering. You machine a new tyre, warm it up about 150 degrees centigrade, and it is shrunk on.
Boilers have a design life of sort of 10 years. The boilers that are in here at the moment are undergoing heavy repair with a view to lasting that 10-year period.
The boiler has to be examined at that point. It's detubed so that we can look at it internally.
Either myself or one of my colleagues will go and inspect it, give it a thorough examination, make sure everything's safe, fit for further service, and then it's all plugged back up, filled back up with water, and then steam tested before being returned to service.
In short-term maintenance, we run on a system from the driver's repair card. So he will book any faults with the locomotives, which we can then pick up.
We'll examine the valves and pistons and check the rings to make sure they're not broken. Also, we check the moving parts, the side rods, to make sure the oil is reaching the parts it should reach.
We will be looking for bearings, steam leaks, boiler faults by boiler examination.
We give boilers a washout examination every 30 days in steam. That means the boiler's drained down, it's washed out, because they scale up like your kettle at home, so they have to be washed out and kept clean.
Yeah, the lighter projects are anything that breaks basically on the coach. As the coaches are in service, the guard will book any defects, and depending on what they are, they may be tackled in the carriage shed at a routine maintenance period, or if they need to have a little bit more work done, which you can't do there, then we bring them into the works here and repair the coaches.
There's an engine having the brake blocks replaced at the moment, and there's another one with the actual vacuum system on the braking system being looked at now. All sorts of little jobs have to be done on a fairly frequent basis.
My job's to repaint the coaches that the passengers travel in. We're tackling the lighter end of the scale, and intermediate repaints where we might be refreshing an existing coach, sometimes a light repaint when we revarnish a coach.
Modern day locomotives, your car, you can go up the garage, you can get the part, or they'll get the part and just bolt it on for you. We haven't got that option.
So everything that is needed has to be made. A lot of the machines that we use to repair the coaches are museum pieces almost in their own right. We've had volunteers that have restored the machines to be able to repair the coaches.
We're basically following the same maintenance regime that the old railway companies used to do right from the turn of the last century.
There are not many young people now coming up in the engineering business in this country, so we have to do our own training. We do involve the technical colleges, and we do take younger people on.
I'm an apprentice at the Kidderminster Carriage and Wagon Works. I do help out the maintenance and doing the steam heat and all the associated parts with the coach repairs. I became involved here from a volunteer liaison officer who told me about the job here, and I decided it's for me.
It's getting harder to find people who want to wear overalls and get dirty. But I'm sure there's enough people around that will come in and keep it running, and it needs to be kept going. It's part of our national history.
There are old skills that are being lost every day. I would like to think that mine would be kept as long as these machines are still running, because it's knowledge that should not be lost.
A lot of the people now that run the railway could never remember steam on British Rail in the 60s, me being one of them. So the Thomas events and anything that encourages young people to become involved and join the junior club and progress is got to be good for the future of the railway.